what is the, I guess, emphasis on winning week one? Because I was there last year and you guys were able to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, we got the job done last year, but we didn't win the game the way we wanted to. For us, it's cutting out the mental mistakes, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, and then really identifying what the Odessa brand of football is. We're going to be a smash mouth type of football team. Uh, we might throw the ball around, but we have a really physical group of kids, and I just want to see them play a full 48-minute game, first quarter through the fourth quarter, no let off the gas. I want them to see what it is like to put their maximum effort into a game at the beginning of the year. Like last year, we won 28-13, but it should have been a lot different than that if we don't make some mental mistakes that kind of shot ourselves in the foot that really hampered what could have been a great game for us.
And you have a very experienced, heavy set of starters. How has this group of seniors kind of led this team for success and put up an opportunity where you guys can have a great season?
Man, this senior group has grown a lot over the summer. They've taken a lot more accountability and ownership over the program, and I keep pushing that onto them. I'm like, this is your team. I was like, we will only go as far as they take us, and just constantly trying to put the ownership onto them so they understand like this is their last shot. And if whatever happens, it's got to be their best foot forward. There's no take backs or you don't get to go again the next year. This is it. And they've really started to step up to the plate with that. And I've been really excited to see how much they've grown over the summer as leaders. I mean, all the guys have tons of playing experience, but now it's, a certain brand of kid will learn how to be a leader and not just be a follower. And that's just really what we're trying to pull out of these seniors. And they've been answering the call so far, especially as we've gotten closer to the season. Just this sense of urgency within them has really shown. With Michael, he can make any throw on the field. He makes really good decisions with the football. He's really sped up his decision making as well this summer, which has been really important for us. With his second year being in the offense, he's very, very comfortable. He's got a shot to break all types of school records if he continues on the pace he has been improving throughout the summer and takes it into the season. And Jackson Whitaker has a chance to shatter the receiving records as well. He at any moment he's going to be the fastest guy in the field and a danger to take it to the house. And then our offensive line is vastly improved in terms of our size and them also having another year in the system. We don't have all the questions that we would normally be trying to fill in. Like we're probably 2 months ahead of where we were last year in terms of our run game, and that makes me feel really, really good about us up front on offense. And just Tate is kind of the heartbeat of our offense as our tight end. He can catch the ball, but really what he does for us blocking as a tight end, he's an enforcer for us out there, and he makes us a lot better. I mean, and then Cole is, one of the most gifted high school players in the state. If you were to ask me, his blend of size and speed and power is not something that you find very often at the high school level, let alone at a smaller high school like us. So we have a really, really strong group on offense, and I just look forward to what they accomplish this year.
Yeah, last year you guys did a great job of running the ball that really set up the pass game. What are you guys going to emphasize this year as the season goes along on I guess, early starts of the game? Are you guys going to be more of a pass heavy team out of the gate or establish that run game like last year?
Well, for us, it comes down to with us being an RPO team, we take what the defense gives us. If they're going to be light in the box, we're going to look to run the ball. If they're looking to do a lot of single coverage, then we're going to take our chances with our athletes. We have some really good receivers on the outside. We lost Amari Powell, but I feel great about our group with Garrett Young and Jackson Whitaker, Brock Barker in that mix. We have a really talented group of receivers. And honestly, it just comes down to what they give us. We're going to take what's there. We're not going to try to force anything on offense.
So now taking a flip to the other side of the ball, you're returning two junior linebackers that were very essential to that defense last year. Between them, they had 285 tackles. What are you seeing them grown this year, and what are you expecting from them this season?
Well, Will Scott, he does everything I ask at that linebacker position, and I coach him personally every day. So there's high expectations on him, and he comes in and watches film every morning before school. He's a really dedicated kid. Um, with him going into his junior year, having the success he had last year, and he played last year with a hurt ankle the entire year. And I'm just excited to see what he can do being healthy out there. He's going to be truly dominating for us. Like I thought he was a first team All State caliber kid. We didn't win enough games for him to get first team, so that one's on me. Then Isaiah is at our middle safety position. He is one of the more instinctive players I've coached. Just a really savvy kid. Just does what he's coached to do, doesn't try to do anything extra. And it's like a blessing. Like you feel really safe with those guys out there on your defense, and they are erasers. They make us better all over the place. They make us really, really flexible on defense to where I can do whatever I want. I can keep it as simple as I want, just knowing that I have those guys out there.
And you guys were able to sprinkle in some big turnovers throughout the year last year that were very impactful that led to you guys winning the games. What are you telling these guys as they go for the ball, try to get the fumble, or go for the ball and get that interception?
Well, our mindset is we need to create three or more turnovers a game. Through our first four games last year, we only had one game like that, and then over our final stretch of games, I think we did it 5 out of 7 times. We created three or more turnovers. Like for us, identity wise as a defense, we want to create anywhere between 30 and 40 turnovers on the season. Because if we're doing those things, then we're going to win games. Every game we created three or more turnovers in, we won. It's a pretty simple stat to explain to the kids. Do your job, fly to the football. We get multiple hats to a ball carrier. The ball's likely to come loose. We get to our spots where we're supposed to be in coverage. We have great athletes that can go up and get the football. And as the year went on, we got more and more comfortable what I was asking them on defense, and then the turnovers really started to pile up. Now I'm hoping we just start the year like that, and then we build off of that. And we have some really dominant games on defense creating turnovers.
Okay, so over the summer, obviously it can be in the dog days. What was kind of the motto you were telling the guys to continue with it, stick with it, and prepare yourselves for the season?
Can't let anybody outwork us. Doesn't matter if we're class three, class four. We don't know. All we know is the guys that we have on the field with us in the film room, in the weight room. We have to continually push each other to be the absolute best that we can be. Those are the only things that we can't control. And if we take care of those things, I trust them anytime we're in a game on a Friday night. If we've done those things all throughout the summer, you're going to look to your left and your right, and you're going to know that that guy's put in the work with you, and you're going to feel good in those big moment situations. You want to build that trust with one another based off of how you've seen guys work. And if everybody's put in the work, you're going to be in a big moment. You're going to look out there and you're going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel like you're going to make the play that's going to change the game.
What were kind of the areas of focus you were kind of trying to tune up as the season went along through the summer and then prepared you guys?
For us, it starts with us up front on the offensive line. Our average weight on the O line's gone up from anywhere between 180 and 190 pounds, and now we're around 230, 235 on the O line. So we're much bigger, we're much stronger up front on the offensive line. That's going to let us run the ball against bigger opponents and not let teams just sag back in coverage and try to cover our speed. Now that we have more beef up front, that lets us run the ball more. And then defense. We gave up a couple big plays on our loss to Hannibal, and it was just breakdowns in terms of somebody trying to do more than what they were supposed to do. And that goes back to the whole trust thing. The guys, you got to trust each other to do one another's job. Don't try to do somebody else's job because now nobody's doing yours. And that killed us on two big plays in the Hannibal game, and those ended up being difference makers in the game. Like we played great on defense in that game, and we had two plays where we just didn't do, we tried to help somebody else out do their job, and then they were the one that got exposed. So just going back to that, trust each other, do your job all the time, trust the guy to your left and right is going to do his. And that's really what separates great teams. Those guys are out there, they trust each other based off the work they put in. And if everybody does their job, I feel great about our chances at all times. And then our more size up front allows us to run the ball against bigger opponents. For me, like we have some really, really, really good players on defense, and I coach them on little things. And I know, and I tell them, I was like, I know it's frustrating when they make a play like throughout the summer or in practice, and I come over to them and I explain to them, I'm like, yes, we made the play in this situation. I was like, but this is how we have to do it. And I know that can be tough for kids. You're like, well, I just made a play. I was like, yes, I'm happy you made the play. I was like, but I'm always trying to be mindful of, if we try to cut a corner or cheat the process a little bit on how we're supposed to do something, that's the stuff that catches up to you in the end. One way or another, if you cut a corner, it'll come back and get you. So it just constantly preaching the details of us on defense. Like our defense is very, very comfortable. Even our second unit defense, like I have 20 guys that I think can play first team defense for us right now. And that's a great feeling to have. And it's just the guys continuing to buy in, doing their jobs. And they understand like you won't be on the field based off of all the talent that we have on defense. If you're trying to do something extra and not just do your job, I'm going to put somebody else out there that will, because I would rather go down the kids doing it the way that they've been coached to do than guys freelancing and doing something and that gets us caught. I tell them, I was like, if we lose a game, you need to do everything that I ask you to do. Make it my fault. Don't ever make it your fault because you try to do something extra. Like always put the ownership back on me. Because for me, if I need to change something, that's what I want to do. But if we don't do it the right way, now it becomes hard for me to coach that because we did something we weren't supposed to do. So now I've got to get you back in line to do it. And then we have to go from there. So that's the biggest thing. Just the ownership and the trust is the main things we've been preaching.
How has your preparation for Cameron been going, and what have you noticed it throughout the film sessions with the team?
Film wise, we feel really good about our plan right now. Our rules and stuff dealing with their option. We feel really, really good about that. And I've got a lot of willing tacklers. So as far as our defense goes, we feel great about it. And then we love our speed and our matchups on the outside. I mean, we're going to be a difficult team for a lot of teams to match up with. So we feel great about our advantages that we feel like we have on offense. Now it just comes down to execution. Are we holding each other accountable? The little details in practice on offense that are going to let us hit big plays when they're there. Like last year, we had chances for some big plays and we wouldn't quite hit them. And, every now and when you get in a big game, if you miss that chance for a big play, that could be a big deciding factor or a momentum turn. And guys, rules wise, responsibility wise on defense, they're looking good. They're trusting the process right now of what we're trying to do. And it makes you feel really good as a coach when you go out there to practice. You're just having fun because now the kids, they're all bought into doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Is there any specific player you guys kind of isolated your focus on this offense or defensive side of the ball for this Cameron team?
For them, just looking at their offense, the right side of their offensive line has some good sized kids on it. Like there's some big boys out there for sure. We're not going to be the biggest up front. That's just kind of how it goes. But we play with our technique and our speed. Hopefully, we can get off the ball quicker than these guys and take advantage of them there. The quarterback, he looks like a pretty good athlete. He also plays defense for them as well. So we marked him as probably their best guy in their secondary. And then on offense, with them being a flex bone team running the option, he's the catalyst for everything they do. So he's the primary focus for us.
For a team that's doing that option type stuff, how do you kind of minimize their game and kind of force them into a hand where they are uncomfortable and they're always going backwards?
Well, for us, it's winning first down. Um, Everybody has to play with speed. Like the way I coach defense is we're going to have very simple set of rules, especially in a game like this. We have to know what we're doing and we have to play with speed. And we have to speed an offense up like this on those first down plays. Make the quarterback make quick decisions. Young quarterbacks, the faster you make them make a decision, the more likely they are to make a mistake. Um, and that's really what it comes down for us for them. With them being a flex bone team, we want to force them into second and long, third and long. So you make a team like that throw that wants to get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's how we put ourselves in advantageous situations on defense to where now we can kind of pin our ears back and try to create a turnover.
So now kind of taking it to younger guys or new players, transfers that came in, who are some players you're looking that maybe didn't make a big impact last year that could definitely be a gem and a key piece for you this year?
Ooh, we got a couple of them. On the offensive side, Brock Barker for us, he's been, he's kind of a Swiss Army knife for us at receiver, running back. He's really, really good when he's got the ball in his hands. Quick, strong, low to the ground athlete. Really excited for what he's going to offer for us on offense and defense. The kid probably plays more positions than anybody else on the team, and that's just a testament to his work ethic and the talent that he has. Then DeAndre Bandy on our defensive line. He played for us last year as a rotational guy in the D line, and now this year, kind of ready for him to be unleashed as a sophomore. I expect a really, really big season from him. He is a game wrecker in the making, and he's starting to realize how good he is, and he just does what he's coached to do. And so you feel really good about a kid like that out there with his size and length and athleticism. And then Maverick Troutman, who joined us last year in the middle of the year, he'll be a senior, but he was a soccer player, and he's going to be on the defensive line for us. Probably the best size, speed, and power ratio we have on our team. And, he's going to, once he starts to really truly figure it out, I'm hoping as we get through the season, he starts to realize like nobody can block him. Those are some guys. And then we got Connor Moody as well, who joined us from the soccer team, who's going to be playing corner for us. And he's been intercepting stuff all summer. He's just a natural out there. He plays soccer and baseball. Just a talented kid, athletic kid, smart kid. Just a blessing to coach guys like that. So we've had quite a few guys step up for us. And then we got Miles McQuitty, who's going to be new to our starting offensive line, and Evan Guiri, who will be new on our offensive line. Some guys that did really well on JV last year that are going to be asked to step up. Like we've got some guys stepping up in some spots, and we feel really, really good about them replacing our seniors from last year.
So how do you kind of bring them into the new varsity role, especially some guys that aren't traditionally football players or also younger and getting their first shot?
Well, for me, the number one thing that I like to do during the summer is we split our guys up. We try to split the talent down the middle, and we create two teams in the summer. And that makes us be very competitive against each other in practice. And now that gets your younger guys mixed in with your older guys. And when you mix a freshman or sophomore in and they got a senior and a junior to their left and their right, they play with a little bit more confidence. And it puts a little bit more ownership on them as well. And so we kind of throw our guys to the fire and we run our offense versus our defense all practice, and we'll switch them sides. They pretty much play against each other all practice. And that's really how we kind of baptize our kids into what we're doing on football. We're gonna put them out there. We're gonna teach them scheme. We keep things simple at first to try to help our younger guys play faster. And like this is where I feel like sets our JV apart is they get so many quality reps over the summer with our varsity guys that once we get into our JV season, it should feel like those are easier moments now because you're not playing against varsity guys all over the place. It's just JV guys. And that's a big part for me in building the confidence of those younger guys and letting them know that they're capable to go out there. And the way we sub at practice is if you want to go in, you go tap somebody out. Right? I'm not going to sit there and hold somebody's hands and tell them to go in. I'm like, if you want the rep, go out there and get somebody. And then if somebody comes to get you, you come off for 3 plays and then you can go back out and get them. So I like to try to create that competition between guys trying to get reps, who's going to want to be out there the most. And the players, they also see that amongst themselves, who's fighting to be out there the most, who wants to be here the most. And that's part of just building that trust in each other.
That competition in the atmosphere, how does that really make players stick out, I guess, when they are taking those extra reps and being there so often?
They'll kind of argue with each other a little bit as they go for it, but it it just forces them to be competitive in practice. Like, you just don't want practice to ever feel dull or anything like that. You want the energy to always be there. So I just really breeds a competitive atmosphere, and the guys really buy into it. And you can't. This is not a game where you can kind of sit back and be like, I'm going to wait my time. I really try to avoid any type of complacency with that kids. Like I want guys to want to be out there, want to get in there, want to get reps against each other. That's the thing that I love the most. Like that's how for me, summer football is fun, watching them compete against each other because there's no depth charts or anything right now. Like everybody's trying to earn their spot.
And then heading into Friday night, it's at home. What are you looking forward to show in front of the community on night one?
I just want to show the community how tough our football team is and how special they are. This is a really, really special group. I definitely feel blessed that I came here last year, and then this is my second year here with a team as talented as we have. And, I feel pressure to not let these kids down and not let the community down and make the most of what we have right now. Yeah, I just want them to show the community a complete football game. I want us to play a full 4 quarters, and we do everything the way we're supposed to do it. We play the game with honor, accountability, and we just do things the right way and finish every single play we're out there. That's really what it's about to me. I want to see them see what it feels like to play a full game to their utmost ability and then handling themselves with grace the entire time.